2022-2023 Semifinals Poetry Out Loud competition for Malden High School. I'm Ms. Marquez, and Malden High School has been doing this now for 16 years, and you all participated in your classrooms, so a round of applause to all of you. Just to give you a little background, we do have the largest Poetry Out Loud competition in Massachusetts, since all of us participate in it in some way. And Poetry Out Loud is a national recitation competition. It's not just Malden High School. It goes beyond our building. And it celebrates the power of spoken word while cultivating various skills like public speaking, literary interpretation, and self-confidence. So again, thank you for participating. So today we have all of our winners from our period 1 classes for English, for ELA. So round of applause to these students here. We've established the order of the recitation, and they're seated in that order. We also have 3 judges, well, 2 judges and a tabulation judge, and an accuracy judge, so 4 judges, my apologies. And so we have Ms. Giverson and Ms. Hardy, thank you very much. I'm Ms. Marquez, for those of you who don't know me, and I'll be judging accuracy, and then Ms. Clapp is tabulating all of the scores. So again, thank you all for doing that. So it's a big deal that these students are on stage reciting. So again, I'm asking for your support and your attention. When you're on stage, we can see and we notice a lot of things going on out there that can be distracting. So please give your undivided attention. Again, no cell phones or side conversations would be much appreciated. At the end of the recitations, feel free to applaud and give your support that way. We're going to get started. That's basically it. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Brian Coggswell, and I will be reciting It Couldn't Be Done by Edgar Albert Guest. Somebody said that it couldn't be done, but he, with a chuckle, replied that maybe it couldn't, but he would be one who wouldn't say so till he tried. So he buckled right in with a trace of a grin on his face if he worried he hit it. And he started to sing as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done. And he did it. Somebody scoffed, "Oh, you'll never do that. At least no one ever has done it." But he took off his coat, and he took off his hat. And the first thing we knew, he begun it. With the lift of his chin and a bit of a grin, without any doubting or quitting, he started to sing as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done. And he did it. There are thousands to tell you it cannot be done. There are thousands to prophesy failure. There are thousands to point out to you, one by one, the dangers that wait to assail you. But just buckle in with a bit of a grin. Just take off your coat and go to it. Just start to sing as you tackle the thing that cannot be done. And you'll do it. Thank you.
So know that between each recitation there will be a few seconds for the judges to do their tabulations before the next student goes up.
Hello, my name is Cheyenne Tobin, and I will be reciting the poem called Nowhere Else to Go by Littlejohn. Turn off the lights, wear another layer. Sounds like a dad, sounds like a mom. You say hand me down, I say retro. Walk, bike, walk some more, recycle. See what I did there? Bike, recycle. Your name's Sharpie on a good water bottle. Backpack, new habits. No thanks, don't need a me. What else? Oh yeah, tell 10 friends. Who can tell 10 friends? Who can tell 10 friends? Make enough noise, maybe the grown-ups will finally hear you screaming the title. Thank you.
Santos, and I will be reciting The Listeners by Walter Delamere. Is there anybody there? Said the traveler, knocking on the moonlit door. And his horse, in the silence, champed the grasses of the forest's ferny floor. And a bird flew up out of the turret, above the traveler's head. And he smote upon the door again, a second time. Is there anybody there? He said. But no one descended to the traveler. No head from the leaf-fern sill leaned over and looked into his gray eyes, where he stood perplexed and still. But only a host of phantom listeners that dwelt in the lone house then stood listening in the quiet of the moonlight to that voice from the world of men, stood thronging the faint moonbeams on the dark stair that goes down to the empty hall, hearkening in an air stirred and shaken by the lonely traveler's call. And he felt in his heart their strangeness, their stillness answering his cry, while his horse moved, cropping the dark turf, meet the star and leafy sky. For he suddenly smote on the door, even louder, and lifted his head. Tell him I came, and no one answered. That I kept my word, he said. Never the least stir made the listeners, though every word he spake fell echoing through the shadowiness of the still house from the one man left awake. Aye, they heard his foot upon the stone, and the sound of iron on stone, and how the silence surged softly backward when the plunging hoofs were gone.
Celebrate with me what I have shaped into a kind of life I had no model. Born in Babylon, both on white and woman, what did I see to be except myself? I made it up here on this bridge between starshine and clay, my one hand holding tight my other hand. Come celebrate that every day something has tried to kill me and has failed. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Soren Vincent, and I will be reciting The Tide Rises, The Tide Falls by Henry Malden. The tide rises, the tide falls. The twilight darkens, the curlew calls. Along the sea sand stamp and brown, the traveler hastens towards the town. And the tide rises, the tide falls. Twilight darkens on roofs and walls, but the sea in the darkness calls. Along the soft waves with their soft white hands efface the footprints in the sand. And the tide rises, the tide falls. Twilight darkens. The morning breaks, the steeds in their stalls, stamp and neigh as the Hollister calls. The day returns, but nevermore returns the traveler to the shore. And the tide rises, the tide falls. Thank you.
Feel free to applaud when they come out. Ryan Coggswell. Cheyenne Tobin. Beatrice Souza Santos. Christina Aniston. Soren Ramsey. Sean Anton. Woodland Pierre Lewis. Giovanna Bernardes. Thomas Conti. Katura Heyer. And Arian Adhikari. Okay, so we have our first and second place winners who will go on to the finals competition to be held on Monday, January 23rd. So in second place, we have Ryan Coggswell. And in first place, Thomas Conti. I'd like to thank you all for being great audience members. At this point, I'd like to conclude our Period 1 semifinals. So now we are going to begin.
I'm on with Alyssa, and I'm reciting Superstation by National August. I'm with Alyssa. In Central America, to whistle in your home and door being with bad luck. Like a man who they wet his feet without a door. A men who were being made because of an evil spirit. A men who were asking for his home to be set on fire from the foundation. In America, people whistle while they work, whistle while happy, whistle to call an animal and throw it closer. Recently, I learned how to do this thing with just my lips, tongue, and breath. What habits I hard, so I only do it outside the house. I have never been the person who ruined me while whistling. so happy for in the star fire, which means that we might bury on evil spirit on her legs. The goes my mother would be looking past the door frame, the unseen fire starter, the house must smell like cooking as I review with it. Well, on the train, folks look around like the outside goes, and that's what smells like it is burning. And I know they'll meet me, which translates to me being the one with the dead dog, which means they will know I am the one who did not listen to her mother, who places goes and doesn't expect a fire or man to burn my house down. Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Kenneth, and I'll be reciting The Soldier by Rupert Brooke. If I should die, think only this of me, that there's some corner of foreign field that is forever England. There shall be in that rich earth a richer dust concealed, a dust whom England bore, shaped, made aware, gave once her flowers to love, her waves to roam. A body of England, breathing English air, washed by the rivers, blessed by sons of home. And Vink, his heart, all evil shed away, a pulse in the eternal mind, no less, gives somewhere back the thoughts by England given. Her sights and sounds, dreams happy as her day, and laughter learned to friends, and gentleness, and hearts at peace, under an English heaven. Thank you.
I'm reciting Once the World is Perfect by Coggswell today. Once the world is perfect and everything then we took it for granted. Disconnect began a small rumble in the earthly mind, then doubt pushed through with his spiked head. And one stout plucked to the web all manners of demons' thoughts. We destroyed the world we have for inspiration, for life. Each stone of jealousy, each stone of fear, greed, envy, hatred, put up the light. No one was without a stone in his or her hand. There we were, right back where we had started. We were bumping into each other in the dark, and now we have no place to live, as if we didn't know how to live with each other. Then, one of the stomachs wanted to pity on another and shared a blanket. A spark of kindness made the light made an opening in the darkness. Everyone worked together to make a ladder. A wind clan person climbed out first into the next world. Then the other clans, the children of those clans, their children, and their children, all the way through time, into this morning light to you. Fairy tales are full of impossible tasks. Gather the chin hairs from a man eaten goat, across a sulfuric lake in a leaky boat. Select the prince from a row of identical masks. Tiptoe up to a dragon where it asks and snatch its bone, count dust specks load, or burn the phone directory by rote. Always it's impossible when someone asks. But you have to fight magic with magic, you have to believe, and you have something impossible up your sleeve. Language of snakes, perhaps, an invisible cloak, an army of ants hang back, or a lethal joke. The will to do whatever must be done. Marry a monster, and over your firstborn son. Thank you.
Jessica Lee. This is It Couldn't Be Done by Edgar Albert Guest. Somebody said that it couldn't be done, but he, with a chuckle, replied, maybe it couldn't, but he would be one who wouldn't say so till he tried. So we buckled right in with the trace of a grin on his face. If you worried, he hid. He started to sing as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done. And he did it. Somebody scoffed, you'll never do bad. At least, no one ever has done it. But he took off his coat, and he took off his hat. And the first thing we knew, he'd begun. With a lift of his chin and a bit of a grin, without any...
Hello, my name is Ethan Luke, and I will be reciting Elegy of Toy Piano by Dean Young. You don't need a pony to connect you to the unseeable, or an airplane to connect you to the sky. Necessary it is to love, to live, and there are many manuals, but in all important ways, one is on one's own. You need not cut off your hand, no need to eat a bouquet. Your head becomes a peach pit, your tongue a honeycomb. Necessary it is to live, to love, to charge into the burning tower, then charge back out. And necessary it is to die, even for the trees, even for the pony, connecting you to what can't be grasped. The injured gazelle falls behind the herd. One last final enjambment. Because of the sores in his throat, the great poet struggles with a dumpling. His word has enlarged the world, but the world is about to stop including him. He is the tower the world runs out of. When somebody turns to ash, there's nothing you can do to turn it back. About this, even diamonds do not lie. Thank you.
Fish forever leaping on the living room wall. Paperweights made from skulls of small animals. I want to wear your smile on my sleeve and break your heart like a horse or its leg. Weeks of being bucked off, then all at once you're mine. Put me down, I want to call you thine. To tattoo mercy along my knuckles. I assassin down the avenue. I hope to have you forgotten by noon. To know you by your knees, palsied by prayer. Loneliness is a science. Consider the taxidermist's tender hands, trying to keep from losing skin. The bobcat brain of the living. Thank you.
Then we couldn't help expressing grief. So many things descend without warning. Labor wasted, love's lost, houses gone, marriages broken, friends estranged, ambitions worn away by immediate needs. Words like up in our throats for a good one. Grief seemed like an endless river, the only immortal flow. After losing a land and giving up a tongue, we stopped talking of grief. Smiles began to brighten our faces. We laughed a lot at our own mess. Things became beautiful, even hailstones in the strawberry fields. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Katie, and I'll be reciting In by Andrew Hudgens. When we first heard from blocks away, the fog truck's blustery roar, we dropped our toys, left them our meals, and scrambled out the door. Into an evening briefly fuzzy, we yearned to be transformed, translated past confiding flesh to disembodied spirit, we swore. In thick smoke, taking human form, before we break down. Turned vague, and then invisible, in temporary heaven. Freed of bodies by the fog, we laughed, we sang, we shouted. We were our voices, nothing else. Voice was all we wanted. The white clouds tumbled down our streets, pursued by spellbound children, who chased the most distorting clouds, ecstatic, and then poison. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Abigail and I'll be reciting Broken Promises by Lyra.
This morning, I caught one, small and stupid, too slow to get away. It was only a promise I had made to myself once, and then forgot. But he screamed and kicked at me, and ran to join the others who looked at me with real approach and then long sad faces. When I drew near them, they whispered to me, even though they were sleeping in my yard tonight, I hate them for their gratitude. I, who have kept countless promises, and then now I should see as children. You bastards, I screamed. You have to love me. I need you. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Littlejohn, and I will be reciting the poem Hush by Daniel St. John. The way a tired Chapala woman who's lost a child gathers up black feathers, black quills, and leaves that she wraps and swaddles in a little bale, a shag. The way another man's wallet rides above his heart, as if calling to a father you conjure, of light in the paling light. The way it grows and
Come live with me and we will sit upon the rocks by shallow rivers. Come live with me and we will plant acorns in each other's mouth. It would be our way of greeting the earth before it shoves us back into the snow, our interior cavities brimming with disagreeable substances. Come live with me before winter stops to use the only pillow the sky ever sleeps on, our interior cavities brimming with snow. Come live with me before spring shallows the air and birds sing. Thank you.
Talking about grief. Our journals and letters were packed with losses, complaints, and sorrows. Even if there was no grief, we wouldn't stop lamenting as the longing for the charm of a distressed face. Then we couldn't help expressing grief. So many things descended without warning, labor wasted, love lost, marriages broken, friends estranged, ambitions worn away by immediate needs. Words lined up in our throats for a good while. After losing a land and then giving up a tongue, we stopped talking of grief. Smiles began to brighten our faces. We laughed a lot at our own mess. Things become beautiful. Even hailstones in the strawberry fields. Thank you. Hello, my name is Alyssa, and today I'll be reciting My Brother, the Artist, Allison, by Philip. As a boy, he played alone in the fields. Behind her back, 6 framed houses holding 6 parents. Parents speak only gibberish for neighbors. About the kids, they come and say good morning and be understood. Little wonder he learned early to speak to himself, to tell no one what truly mattered. How much can matter to a kid of 7? Everything, the whole world, he is. Just after dawn, he sneaks out to hide in the wild bleak grasses of August and pretends he's grown up. Someone complete in himself without the need for anyone, a word from the ancient places our fathers left years before. Those magic places, Kiev, Odysseus, the Crimea, Perseid, Alexander, Lisbon, the Canaries, Caracas, Galveston. In dead grass, he says the names over and over in a hushed voice. Rather sometimes we take out this tree to waken the houses. The husbands leave for work. The woman returns to bed. The kids bend to porch and milk. He advances slowly, eyes fixed. An animal or God. Underneath him, the earth holds his breath.
The summer everyone left for the moon, even those yet to be born, and the dead who can't vacation here, but met us all there by the veil between worlds. The #1 song in America was in the year 2525. Because who has ever lived in the present when there's so much of the future to continue without us? How the best lover won't need to forgive you and surely take everything off your hands without having to ask, without knowing your name. No matter the number of times you married or didn't, your favorite midnight movies, the cigarettes you couldn't give up, wanting to kiss other people you shouldn't, and now to forever be kissed by the earth, in the earth, with the earth, when we all briefly left it, to look back on each other from above, shocked by how bright even our pain is, running wildly beside us like an underground river. And whatever language is good for, a sign, a message left up there that reads, here, men from the planet Earth first set foot upon the moon, July 1959, AD. We came in peace for all mankind, then returned to continue the war. Thank you.
Martinez, and I'll be reciting the poem Semi-Splendid by Tracy K. Smith. You flinch. Something flickers, not fleeing your face. My heart hammers at the ceiling, telling my tongue to turn it down. Too late. The something climbs, leaps, is falling now, across us, like the prank of an icy, brave lord. I chose the wrong route. I am wrong for choosing not merely to smile, to pull you toward me and away from what you think of as that other me, who wanders lost among who? The many? The rare? Ocean fair. I watch you watching her. Her very shadow is a rage that trashes the rooms of your eyes. Do you claim surprise at what she wants? The poor girl, pelted with despair, who flits from grief to grief. Isn't it you she sees? And if you blame her, know that she blames you for choosing her, not me. Love is never fair, but do we, should we, care? Thank you.
Hello, my name is Mora, and I will recite for today Manhunt or Ode to First Kisses by Elizabeth. It was always the older kids running to Riverside, hiding behind trees and underneath jungle gyms, holding their breath in the darkness as the other team tried to find me. I could not wait to be old enough. A captor's arms clasping. Manhunt? Manhunt? 1, 2, 3! This poem has this need to turn the compass in a different direction. Perhaps commentary on police, or the assaults that happen in the dark when children play games. Will adults sip beers and summer unrolls or carpet the worst of memories? But no. Sometimes being honest means offering more than one draft. The game is a different kind of winning. The chasing of the waiting, wanting to hear a countdown softly whispered as the July air stuck our baby hairs to our necks and everything was playful in the damp. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kevin Downey, and the poem I'll be reciting is We Lived Happily During the War by Littlejohn King and Steve. And when they bombed other people's houses, we protested, but not enough. We opposed them, but not enough. I was in my bed, around my bed, America was falling. Invisible house by invisible house by invisible house. I took a chair outside and watched the sun. In the 6th month of the disastrous reign, in the house of money, in the street of money, in the city of money, in the country of money. Our great country of money. We lived happily in the war. Thank you.
My name is Sean Garemore, and I will be reciting Prisoners by Littlejohn. Though the road turn at last to that solitary door, and we walk, and we though the road turn at last to that solitary door, and we knock there, ready to enter, and no one's easy. Yet, all along the journey, we shall come to achieve that our knowledge hours, grit and riddled with grapes. We taste other food that life, like a cherry far road, holds out to us as we pass. But our mouths are puckered, a taint of ash on the top. It's not joy, lust, wildfire, it flares and darker shines at me. What's gone is gone now. Plain bread we can eat with the old bad word. That'll in practice sometimes, but it's hard. Sometimes the lucky catching apple of these days. We are prisoners and must eat our ration. All the love growing in chains, even if we come to that solitary door with time, smile, so long as okay.
Hi, my name is Nourudeen, Mossalum, and I'm going to recite The Caged Bird by Makeila. A free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends, and dips his wing in the orange sun rays and dares to cling the sky. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on a distant hill. For the caged bird sings of freedom. A free bird thinks of another breeze, and the trade winds soft through the sighing trees, and the fat worms waiting on a dawn bright lawn, and he names the sky his own. But a caged bird stands on the grave of dreams, his shadow shouts on a nightmare scream. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on a distant hill. For the caged bird sings of freedom.
I am just another one of the world's liars. Believe me, I have few charms. Worn out perished dreams, with grand names of beauty, friendship, truth, and passion. And this one's real life. Sometimes I even remind myself. Love. Check my records. Odds are not in your favor. That I won't sell my goods. Bolt by night, deny you 3 times before the cock has crowned.
Consider this fair warning. Never fall for my spleen. If you do, and end up with a huge bill, for damage done, never forgive me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Littlejohn, and I will be reciting Piano by D.H. Lawrence. Softly in the dust, a woman is singing to me, taking me back down the vista of years till I see a child sitting under the piano in the boom of the tingling strings and pressing the small, poised feet of a mother who smiles as she sings. In spite of myself, the insidious mastery of song betrays me back till the heart of me weeps to belong to the old Sunday evenings at home with winter outside and hymns in the cozy parlor. The tinkling piano, our God. So now it is vain for the singer to burst into clamor with the great black piano appassionato. The glamour of childish days is upon me. My manhood is cast down in the flood of remembrance. I weep like a child for the past. Thank you.
Between each student's presentation, it will take a couple of seconds for the judges to finish their scoring, so I ask for your patience.
Hello, my name is Ethan Tran. Today I will be reciting The Destruction of Sennacherib by Lord Byron. The Assyrian came down like the wolf from the fold, and his cohorts were gleaming in purple and gold. And the sheen of his spears was like stars on the sea, when the blue wave rolls night and deep gathering. Like the leaves of the forest when summer is green, that host with their banners at sunset were seen. Like the leaves of the forest when autumn hath blown, that host on the morrow lay withered and shrunk. For the angel of death spread his wings on the blast and breathed in the face of the foe as he passed. And the eyes of the sleepers waxed deadly and shivered, and their hearts were once heaved and forever grew still. And there lay the steed with his nostrils all wide, and through it there rolled not the breath of his pride. And the foam of his gasping lay white on the turf, and cold as the spray of the rock-beating surf. And there lay the rider, distorted and pale, with the dew on his brow and the rust on his mail. And the tents were silent, the banners alone, the lances unlifted, the trumpets unblown. The widows of Ashur are loud in their wails, and the idols are broke in the temple of Baal. And the might of the gentle, unsmoked by the sword, have melted like snow in the glance of the Lord. Thank you for your time.
My name is and I'll be reciting the gift by me young me. To pull the metal splinter from my palm, my father recited a story in a low voice. I watched his lovely face and not the blade. Before the story ended, he'd removed the iron sliver I thought I'd died from. And I recall his hands. 2 measures of tenderness he laid against my face, the flames of discipline he raised above my head. Had you entered that afternoon, you would have thought you saw a man plant something in a boy's palm. And had you followed that boy, you would have arrived here, where I bend over my wife's right hand. Look, as I shave her thumbnail down so carefully that she feels no pain. Watch as I lift the splinter out. I was 7 when my father took my hand like this. And I did not hold that shard between my fingers and think, metal that will bury me, or going deeper in my heart, christen it little assassin. And I did not lift my wound up and cry, death visited here. I did what a boy does when he's given something to keep. I kissed my father.